Hey everybody, it's me again. It's Ask 31. Hope everybody has been having a wonderful day so far. Well, today I decided to do another video, but this video is going to be about trying to conceive. Where you will notice on my other videos, one of them in particular, I was wanting to give up, and then I just threw it away and said, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to try. Um, and a lot of the reason why was because depression was coming. Each month was kind of like a reminder of failure. And so I just gave up on it. Well, things have changed because of this pandemic going on. There's nothing else to do but pay attention to your temperature and all this, because a lot of times I would wake up in the morning um, and just feeling bad, coughing and sneezing. And so I was like, let me take my temperature to make sure I'm not sick. And so I started doing that, and I'm like, well, I might as well just continue to take my temperature just to monitor um, my cycle and everything. So that's what I have been doing for like the past 2 months. And in doing that, I have discovered a whole lot of things. And I'm going to do another video on those things. But this particular video, I just want to explain why I am going to start back with my trying to conceive journey. So I was just driving one day, and I was just asking the Lord, should I start back trying, or should I just continue to just move on and give up? And this is what he said to me. He said, faith without works is dead. So the Lord told me when I was 19 years old, he said, I'm going to give you a child that you can call your own. You're going to have a child that you can call your own. And so I've been standing on that for years. But what happens is when you start trying to conceive and it doesn't happen right away, you start becoming discouraged. And so that's what happened with me. I started becoming depressed and all these types of things. And so I just gave up. Well, when he said that faith without works is dead, that means that I have faith in what he said. I believe what he said. But I have to act on what he said to show that I'm going to walk in the faith. I'm going to walk in what he said, and I'm going to believe. So I cannot allow every month when my cycle comes on to stop me from believing. So I have to just continue doing my part and let God do his part. But with me just stopping and saying, you know what, I'm not even going to try no more. I don't even care. Whatever happens, happens. Then that's saying that I don't have faith in what God said. Because, of course, you have to act on, what he said in order to conceive. You can't just sit still and do nothing and expect something to happen. And of course, that's not what I've been doing physically, but mentally, I was sitting still, like, I'm not going to do anything. So here is what I decided. Because I said, what would I do if I had a client that came to me and said, I just want to give up on trying to conceive, and my husband and I are just going to live our life even though we want a child. And I get depressed every time my cycle come on, because of course I've been counseling for years, and so I said maybe I need to just put myself in this equation as I'm my own client and try to figure out what I would do. So I said, well, the problem is when my cycle comes on, that triggers in my mind failure. It didn't happen. So I said, what I need to do is change my way of thinking when my cycle comes on, change my perspective. And so this is what I told my husband that we're going to do. because he was very excited that I got back on the bandwagon of trying to conceive. I said each month when my cycle comes on, what we need to do is go out to a baby clothing store or to a kid store or something like that and buy something for our child to come. And the more I said it, the more excited I became because it gives me something to look forward to and it keeps my hope alive. So even though my cycle would be on, I'm still pressing forward in the faith and believing that something is going to happen. And so I'm not going to look at it as a failure. I'm going to look at it as I get to try again. I have another month to try again. And I don't care if it takes a year or 2 years. I'm going to have a lot of stuff piled up waiting for this child to come. So I made it exciting to where each month we get to go out and shop for something for the baby, or we can sit down and just talk about certain things, what we're going to do, and what color the room is going to be. Whatever comes to mind that month, that is what we would do, for the first couple of days of my cycle, just to get my mind off it and to keep me in a positive state to move forward. And so when I said that, y'all, it really made me want to get back on this journey and keep going, because the Lord said to me, he said, faith without works is dead. So I want to encourage you as well, those of you that have been trying to conceive and have not been able to keep pushing, you know, because if you believe it, then you got to act on it and you got to just keep moving, and walk in that faith of it's going to happen one day. And so it's not that I'm trying to make it happen myself. It is, I'm looking at it as I'm walking in faith and I'm acting on what I believe. And so I can't make it happen. All I can do is walk in that faith and continue to do my part as I stated, and then just trust God to do his part. When it's time, it'll happen. But in the meantime, um, I'm just going to have fun in this journey, and I'm going to just do what I'm supposed to do and what I have to do. So, in my other videos, I talked about certain things that I got to deal with. I have to deal with my physical well being, my mental well being, and my spiritual well being. So, that's why you see a lot of um, videos that have nothing to do with trying to conceive, because these are things that I have dealt with that I just got to get out. And so, but you're going to see a lot of videos now, because I'm going to be starting back on a prenatal vitamin or supplement, also to help with trying to conceive. And I'm going to talk about that in another video as well. And I'm going to talk about the crazy symptoms that I've had for the past 2 months. Oh my goodness. So I have a whole lot to talk about, and I look forward to doing so. And if you yourself were in a point of wanting to give up, um, share. Let me know um, where you are now, and if you want to continue and move forward. And I just encourage you to continue to move forward, because one day it will happen. So, baby dust to all of you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day.